Okay, welcome to my most favorite Driftwood to date. This one is going to be probably a little bit longer because I have to share the whole thing, but I promise you it's worth it. And it's so incredible. It's so incredible. It was the biggest gift that my dad could have given me on my first birthday without him. I mean, even not birthday. Okay, let's get into it. All right. So it was this is my birthday after my dad passed. My dad passed in October, and now we're in February. And I walked out to the counter, and there was a big bouquet of pink roses, and there was a tons of pennies like at the bottom of the vase. And I thought, oh, how funny, like, oh, maybe Lanny like did this, and just been like, oh, it's from your dad, right? Because I get coins and stuff from my dad. And so there was a card. This is it. Like, it didn't even have my name on it, and it was at the bottom of the vase. So I opened the card. So I opened the card, and this is the card, and I read the message. So I'm going to read you the message. And it says, I'm really going to try to get through this without crying, but it's so great. It says, I love you. Happy birthday. You have always been my pride and joy, even more now that I see so much. Thank you for being there for me always, even when we butted heads. I love you, and it has my nickname, which I'm not going to say because not very many people know that, Papa. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, and I can tell it's in Lanny's handwriting. And I thought, oh, that's so nice. Like, Lanny got me a card from my dad. But like it was kind of weird. I was like, pride and joy, and like, he put my nickname, right? So I was just like, okay. So Lanny, of course, doesn't tell me anything. He's just like, like, happy birthday. So later in the day, I talked to Tanya, who's my best friend, and she's like, did you get the card? And I was like, yeah, the one from my dad. And she's like, yeah, she said that message came through for you. Your dad like came in and was like, hey, can you do me a favor? And I was like, what? So my dad went through Tanya and asked for her to do a favor. She channeled this message from him, called Lanny and said, hey, you need to get this specific card. And he wanted a specific card with a sunset, which is so significant because we like see him in the sunsets, and nobody knew that. But Lanny said he was having a hard time finding a card with a sunset. I found all this out later, but... And then, so she gave him this message, and she said, you need to get her pink roses and put pennies on. Like, so that gift was like truly from my dad. And I thought, oh my gosh, how amazing. And I was so grateful, and I was crying. And anyway, it was so great. Oh, but it's not over yet. Oh, and again, for those who knew my dad, he would do like extravagant things for my mom especially. And he always put a lot of thought into, presents. And it was always like the details and all of this, right? Oh, okay. So that was in February. So now let's fast forward to March. I go to my mom's. I want to say it was like right before Easter or something. I don't know. But I go to my mom's house. And my mom at that point had been going through everything, getting rid of stuff. And she was, finding stuff in like my dad's drawers, just like stuff, pictures, stuff that he kept. So I'm sitting on the bed. Oh my God, this is so good. So I'm sitting on the bed, and she's like, oh, I found this, and I wanted to give it to you. What she found was my dad's old wallet. So this is the wallet that he had. I don't know. At some point he had switched to like a money clip and like a thinner wallet that had his ID and like cards and stuff in it. But he had this wallet that my mom said he always carried around. And it was a wallet, like, as I was a little girl, I remember him having. He still had that, and it was in his stuff. And she said, here, I wanted to give this to you to look through it, like, look to see what's inside. Are you ready? When I opened up the wallet, the first picture that was in the wallet was this. Pride and joy. Then behind it were all these pictures of me and my brother and my sister, but they have their pictures, and I have these ones that I kept. So he had this, and then he had pictures of my brother, and he had pictures of my sister. But are you fucking kidding me? Pardon my language. I wish I could have gotten the look of shock on my face. It literally like took my breath away. The message that was channeled by Tanya from my dad the month before, she had no idea. And what? And I was like blown away, and I still am blown away. And I love this, and I love this gift that he gave me, and I love how like orchestrated it was, however he did it. And this was like very obvious, everything of how all this happened. But we get signs from our loved ones, and I want you to pay attention. If you're looking for signs for your loved ones, they are very much still their same personality. So what this showed, right, because it was like other people involved, time, which time doesn't really exist over there, but of like how it was going to unfold, and he knew about this, and then we find it in the message, and just how it all came together. That is very much like something my dad in his human self would have done. And so the fact that like it came through like that in spirit, it's undeniable. It is undeniable. And this to me was also such a proof, because some people really need the proof other than being like, oh, I hear my dad say this, or I found this, because a lot of people can like push that off. But how this was all done, so anyhow, thank you for listening and watching my most treasured Driftwood to date. I have a lot more at some point. I'm gonna put a lot of these together, and combine them and wrap up this series in the deepest gratitude. So yeah, all right, thank you.